new topic today, dear students, that is formation of a company. This is 7th chapter from your book. Previously, when we started the topic, that is for business organization, you have learnt about sole proprietorship, then you have seen the joint Hindu family, the cooperative society, the partnership kind of business. Also, you have learnt about the joint stock companies. Now that you have learnt about the various forms of business organization, it is time to take a step ahead to know how a joint stock company is actually formed. What is the procedure that you go through, and then your company will be called as a registered company, whether private or public. So a joint stock company, we all know it has got a legal entity, and it requires a number of legal formalities before it starts it working. So the important steps in the formation of a joint stock company, we have first and foremost is promotion. Promotion is, dear students, the discovery of idea, we can say, or let us say it is the first stage in the formation of a company. It involves the identification of business opportunity of idea, that is the discovery of an idea. Then a detailed investigation is done on this idea, and once the investigation is done and we are good to go ahead with our idea, then we assemble the requirements to put this idea into action. Now after we have put all the requirements, like selecting a place for the company or contacts of suppliers for raw material, appointing the directors, purchasing of machinery, and all, then actual comes the scenario for putting up the finance. So the finance proposition is what decides about the capital structure of the company. Capital structure, again, the overall operations, the amount of finance required. So that is about promotion, dear students. Next, we have in the formation of company is incorporation or registration. And again, incorporation of a company or registration. Now before we start working with our company, we need to get it registered with the registrars of the company. Only then our company will get a separate legal entity. Whether it is private or public, they have to put up necessary documents with the registrar, and once the registrar scrutinizes all these documents, only then the certificate of incorporation or the commencement is given. And with this certificate, the certificate of incorporation, a company actually gets the legal entity to go ahead with its business. So various documents which are required to get this certificate of incorporation is, first is application will be put up for the approval of the name of the company. Then you'll be learning in detail in the further videos about memorandum of association of the organization and articles of association. Dear students, because of this COVID-19 pandemic, the syllabus is cut off to 70%. So in today's class, what I am explaining, this doesn't come under the syllabus for this year, but I felt you are supposed to know this basic information regarding the formation of a company. So memorandum of association, when I say, it describes the objective of the organization, the scope, the relationship with the external world, the outside world, and also the other document, the other step which the company has to do is to show up the document of articles of association. Now this document, it contains various rules and regulations which are related to the internal management and also the capital structure of the business. And other forms of documents, they could be the consent of the directors, then power of attorney, any those details, then notice for the registered office, that is location where the office is going to be put up, then particulars of directors, and then form number 1, using that a statutory declaration has to be given by the person who's getting the company incorporated. Then after the payment of the registration fees, and registrar, when he goes through all these documents and he feels okay with that, then he'll give a certificate of incorporation, and that is how the registration of a company is done. So that was about incorporation of or registration. Then we have capital subscription. Capital subscription, dear students, it is the minimum subscription. Like we all know, joint stock companies, they run with they need a lot of amount, and uh, these companies, they take the help of public to invest into their organization through shares. So the minimum subscription, minimum amount means the public, the readiness of the public towards their shares as agreed upon, that amount it should be subscribed. Like 90% of the issued amount to the public, it should be subscribed. If they fail, as per the Securities Exchange Board of India, it has to be refunded. So that was about capital subscription. Then we have a commencement of business. Now private organizations, they can start their business with this incorporation certificate, but for public organizations, they need to have the certificate of commencement, that is commencement of business. So again, they have certain uh, documents to be submitted, that is prospectus they will submit, these public organizations. Also about the declaration that their directors have done as per the shares they're going to take and how much they have paid. Then the minimum subscription amount, whether it is allotted and collected or not, that will be checked. Then the statutory declaration by the secretary of the company or the director that all the formalities regarding to the commencement of business are duly done with will be given up. So with that, the incorporation commencement of business, this is how the public companies will proceed with. So these were the basic steps how a joint stock company will be formed, dear students. Tomorrow I'll start with the memorandum of association, very important was